Koski reports!
Greetings, Ego Cluster. This is Commander Koski reporting live from the Megarena. This turn, and there, as you can see from the star map, there are plenty of conflict going on, but nothing major. Just little skirmishes and no major moves going on. Of course, some movement. This is pretty crowded arena. But because now I'm sure as in just a few turns we'll hit the ship limit and we already are having lots of action and soon we'll be having lots of action on every turn to report. So let's make a short recap at this point about the conflict situation. I've made some notes to my little black book, which is usually just filled with enemies, but about these statistics, we have one dead. We have two drop positions, which are actually quite interesting. The other one is a solo robotic homeworld by robber barons in a cluster occupied by robber baron. And the other one is actually pretty developed lizard position with good minefields around, quite many ships, and nobody moving in to threaten. So if you are watching this and you were thinking maybe you could join the game, here is an open position available with no threatening and no threats around and it looks quite okay. So join now. It could be the last moment to get into this epic pioneering experience. But from all these players, 21 players have had no combat so far, but 34 players have had combat. So it's quite safe to say that this is quite active sector with quite aggressive action as was expected from the settings. There's not much loose room around. But I've divided this into 4 quadrants: northwest quadrant, northeast quadrant, southwest quadrant, and southeast quadrant. From these, the most aggressive area is the northwest quadrant. There we have, of course, the case where Brizio, the rebel, started to jump around with hyper jumping ship and attacked the Fury Griffin and caused Tom Graves and Drexion to invade and take out his homeworld. Brizio is still alive and kicking, and mostly kicking and biting with everything he still has left, but no starbase, so there's that. In Northwest, there's also the first murder. Mapdot, the bird, very aggressively took out Sprachman, the Borg. And there's also the Horwasp cluster where Superschmidt is in quite stalemate situation right now with Planet Lord and Oli. In this area, we have this Mapdot and Beagles joint cluster, which is being invaded by this odd Koski guy with some Imperial topazes only. Then we have Beagle has been jumping around into the nebula with probe and colonized planets, and Silist, who was originally from the nebula, is starting to take out those planets. And then Aliat, the Fury, has now taken action towards Korax Floor, the colonial player. So, and Korax Floor is also being approached from south by Cram Horwasp, who can travel via wormholes with warships, just like any other race. So that was the most aggressive northwest quadrant. In northeast quadrant, most of the aggression there is done by Black Lung, who has bravely attacked at least 3 players. Megapes, Spore, and Forger. And now I think Forger is trying to flap Black Lung back, with the nebula close to Black Lung's homeworld. Perhaps a minefield will soon appear. Then there's also an odd moment of Boltons and Liptaskers combat. I believe it was just some probe accident. But in Northeast, there's also this very important thing. Domlos, the Colonial, took out Big Boomer Boss, Lizard's homeworld, and is currently taking out Big Boomer Boss's rest planets, but Big Boomer Boss is tenaciously fighting back and trying to survive, which is applaudable. Well done, Big Boomer Boss. Great nickname. In Southwest Quadrant, the most uh, biggest event was, of course, Morgan's rob of Dragon 22's Rush. So it's now Morgan's Rush. Dragon 22 is also one of the 3 players who are being attacked and invaded by 3 players. Dragon 22 is facing Morgan, Sala, and Ulki, but I believe those 3 players do not have any cooperation. Southeast sector, where Mechabase has been attacked by Willovis, Blacklam, and Tesupu, I don't believe none of them have had any cooperation or coordination in that. It's been just blood in the water and the sharks swimming. And in Southeast Quadrant there was also, of course, even though it's quite in the middle of the map, the awfully amazing headshot of the Fury by Sovereign by a Nebula. And then, last but not least, Cram, the friendly neighborhood. Horvath, who has been mainly invading with rocks and nests, and he's not really attacking but pushing himself towards his neighbor area. They and Cram are showing some teeth with actual warships and stingers, whereas here it's mostly nests being taken out by probes and stuff. But these are the conflicts of the Megarena. Looks pretty good, looks pretty exciting, and what will follow is, well, we'll see. But in any case, see you again tomorrow, and hey, Megarena!